Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. What's up in Trinidad and Tobago this afternoon? What's going on? It's Friday. And you know what time it is. When it's Friday, what happens on a Friday? We're here and we're liming and we're about to have a good time. And this week has been very, very challenging. We've had a lot of things happening this week. But nevertheless, we're still here because, like the good saying says, the show must go on. My name is Eunice and welcome to another edition of What's Up T&T, the show that brings you everything that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago. We're going to keep you abreast. Remember, if you have something you want to share, contact us and we will give you an opportunity to come and sit right here in studio with me and tell us what's up in T&T. That's right. So tonight I have a packed show. I have some very interesting guests on the inside, and we're going to balance it off. Welcome to all my Caribbean viewers, Grenada, Barbados, Antigua, St. Lucia, Antigua, Jamaica, everybody up the Caribbean islands. You know, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, and to all my online viewers, welcome as well. To my TV audience, welcome to you as well. How has your week been? What has been going on? This week has really been very, very, very challenging for me. The industry would have lost two very, very great souls. Condolences goes out to Stacy Sobers Abraham, who lost her father, Papa Joe Cool, as I call him, a man that I learned a lot from growing up as a child in South Trinidad. And he was definitely a pioneer in terms of music, in terms of the pan movement. And he would have transitioned. So may the ancestors welcome him with open arms, you know, onto the other realm. And of course, to the entire family, we pray God's strength to you guys at this point in time. And then, of course, just when, you know, we thought that it could not get any worse, without any warning, my brother from another mother, Darren Greenwich, better known to the world as the man Pharaoh, would have also transitioned as well. So on behalf of myself and my entire Gael family, we pray prayers to Natalie and the kids and his extended family. I mean, this was definitely a blow, definitely a loss to Trinidad and Tobago. But Pharaoh would have left his legacy. He would have made his legacy. And, you know, strange enough, I was having the conversation with his wife this morning that, you know, we as 18 and 19-year-old kids back in the day in San Fernando on the island by the big clock, when we were sitting down at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and talking about our dreams and our visions and where we want to take ourselves, I can certainly say with bold assurance, what gives me comfort is that Pharaoh did what he wanted to do. He left a legacy to the entire pan movement. You know, accept my condolences as well. The Calypso fraternity, I mean, this one has really rocked. But let's just put a pin, God. Let's just put a pin right there, because you know how the thing does go. But we pray, you know, not for the dead, but for the families, because the families are who are left holding nothing at all but the memories. And I know all too well how heart-wrenching that could be. Before the night is over, of course, you know, I will give you something from Pharaoh. We will pay tribute to him tonight. Tomorrow night, however, down at Skinner Park, San Fernando, the South Central Zone Kaiso Showcase, where he belonged, that was his home in terms of Calypso for many, many years. We are saying to the entire population, once you want to celebrate his life, come down to Skinner Park tomorrow at the auditorium downstairs, the office, and from 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. we're going to be there. If you're an artist and you're a singer and you have music scores, Razor Sharp Band is going to be on site. Also, the Prison Services Band is going to be there. Everybody, let's come and make a joyful noise. Because if you know Darren, if you know Pharaoh, right, you know that he always had a smile on his face. Always had a smile, and he was always the life of the party. So tomorrow night, we're going to celebrate his life in fine style. No tears. Well, I'll try. I think I don't have any more. I've been doing it all week. Nevertheless, we're here, and we're going to have a good time tonight, because my guests are going to tickle you pink, and they're going to really tell you what's up in T&T. So I'm going to take a short break. A short break. All you know the thing, let's go. Is that one girl? You corn soup or your popcorn or your juice? For my kids, the chubby, wherever that does not have alcohol. But for my adults, it is the all-inclusive, inclusive segment, What's Up T&T on a Friday night. I'm taking a short break. Don't move. I'm going to be right back.
Girls just want to have fun. Pick your team and come. Red and yellow, green and black. Don't be speaking, don't be pulling no slack. Orange and blue, pink and white. Only cute is stepping out tonight. Cause girls just want to have fun. So pick your team and come. Pick your team and come. Pick your team and come.
Right Choice Promotion presents Lyrics and Laughter, the ultimate free Mother's Day show. It's coming to the Grenada Trade Center on Sunday, May the 3rd from 5 p.m. Get ready for an evening of non-stop comedy, sweet Caribbean vibes, and pure entertainment. From Trinidad and Tobago, the funniest man in the region, Errol Fabian.
She said not even my shoes. I said no.
Humorous Calypsonians, Trinidad Rio.
I'm going back to basics.
And the Calypso princess herself, Kareen Ashen from the Spice Isles. 2 decades of legend, Randy Isaac, Little Reds plus local comedy king, Robert White, DeLeon Walters, Fat Man George, and Kareem Alexis. Delivering lyrical mastery, 11-time Calypso Monarch scholar. All backed by the Heatwave Band with special musical treats from Lyndon Langdon on sax and Jaleli Moses on violin. It's lyrics, it's laughter, it's music, it's vibes. Tickets just $75. Available now at gotofed.com and other outlets island-wide. Treat mom, treat your partner, treat yourself. Lyrics and laughter. Sunday, May the 3rd, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Don't miss it.
Attention, attention. Attention, attention. Guapo School Alumni presents the 3rd annual fundraising Family Day, Sunday, April 26th at Guapo Recreation Grounds. This will be the mother of all family days with all fours, board games, musical chairs, early morning marathon, dance competition, talent display, and our special guest is Super Blue. Yes, also local vendors with all your favorite snacks, foods, and drinks. And wait, like I losing my good head, boy. It have bingo too, yes. It have bingo with some best prizes. It's Guapo Alumni's 3rd anniversary fundraising Family Day. Now, listen, you have to register for some events, you know. To register, you have to call 683-1812 or call 710-5858. You have to register for the marathon, register for the talent display, and if you want to vend, you have to register as a vendor. Okay, registration for all of these things starts on the 6th of April. That's Monday, the 6th of April, until Saturday, the 18th of April. Don't say I ain't tell you, you know. Registration is from Monday, the 6th of April to Saturday, the 18th of April. And you have to register from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at King's Preschool in Hubertstown, Guapo. In the scheme, boy, in the scheme. Register from Monday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at King's Preschool in the scheme, Hubertstown, Guapo. Now remember, if you need more information because I'm talking too fast, call 710-5858. Call 710-5858. It is the mother of all family days. Don't forget, you know, April 26th, Guapo Recreation Grounds. We start in 2 o'clock and we have to wrap up at 8 o'clock. We're keeping it tight. Everything inside there. Oh, God, I can't wait to see Super Blue on stage in Guapo Grounds, boy. And Super Blue takes the stage at 5 p.m. So be sure and be there.
What that problem? What that problem?
I went to Jado Fabian. Oh, listen, no, just now. You see what I started to say, Messiah Fabian, where are you? I just said, where are you? I'm hearing an echo though. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get back my composure. You see what Errol Fabian is doing to me? What's up, Trinidad and Tobago? We're here, and tonight, my special guest, is a very dynamic young lady. A young lady. Because when I first met her, I thought she was, but there are many layers to her, and tonight we're going to peel some of those layers. I don't think it's going to be enough time, but we will try. We will try to be able to get some of it. Yeah. So I want you all to welcome on my set Miss Crystal Charles, and of course to you, Trinidad and Tobago. She's known on stage as the legal diva.
Hi, good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course the wider Caribbean. Thanks for having me this evening, Eunice.
Good evening, darling. How is you?
I'm fine. I am fine. No complaints.
Well, you're looking fine, and I just asking to make sure, Miss Lady. Yeah, that
No,
was
I try.
Yeah, and you know what's up when we get to be good here and the makeup.
Of course,
Yeah.
get into the makeup.
Diva mode one time.
Madonna from Sangue Grande. Slight plug.
Did she just say Madonna from Sandy Grandy? Grandy saying things.
Of course. I'm from Grande, you know, so.
You're from Sandy Grandy?
Yes.
Kristen, you're from countryside?
Yes.
So they're making things like you in the country?
Of course. Just like
Born
me.
and bred?
Born and bred. All my life.
Tell me a little bit about that. Let's go there very, very early in the game.
Okay, so I grew up in a place called William Trace. William Trace is near and dear to my heart. So much so that I named my son William. So that's to tell you.
Aww.
Yeah. A very quiet, close-knit community. I was literally one of the only females there. So boys.
What?
Yeah, and no boy can come and trick me, no guy can trick me because it's only fellas I grew up with.
So you learn all the tricks and the
I
trades.
know all the things, all the inside scoop.
You grew up very protective. I would think so.
That too. But it's
Wow.
a lovely community, and I mean, I left and I came right back to Sangue Grande, back to William Trace. That's where my heart is.
Aww. So what about family? Mother, father?
Yes. So I grew up with my mother and my father. I believe they're looking on right now. So shout out.
Well,
to
yeah,
them.
but say, listen, don't be rude. Say a proper good night to mommy and daddy, please.
Good evening, mother, and of course dad, and everybody else is looking. My sister, who's also my manager. She was
You have manager and
it is. So you don't have manager?
No, me. Well, yeah,
So
listen,
manager.
sorry, manager.
I
manager can't take a job.
Listen, I watching people like Eunice. I know they'll be moving on with the manager and stuff. So I thought to myself, well, you know, Crystal, they're coming into the clips.
Hey, don't play trying to put me on no bus.
It's true. But no, I'm very
So what's the name of what's your sister's name?
Akila.
So, hey, Akila managed.
Mm-hmm.
Special love ups and hug ups to you, darling. You
Yeah.
did a real good job with your artist.
She don't play with her artists. She don't
No,
play with
no. Listen, you're a young woman that I have been looking at for quite some time in the industry. And I must say, I love your progress. I like the fact that you are consistent.
Thank
I
you.
like that. I've been looking, and at first I was saying, when I first saw you, I was like, oh, who is this? Sir? Who is she? So every year it's a new face, huh?
Okay.
How much years have you actually been doing music?
Well, I started in the juniors. So that would have been in high school since I was like 12. No, I'm not trying to age myself here, but so that would have been a long time ago. From the juniors, I also dabbled in the soca arena. So I was just junior calypso as well as junior soca. And after that, I went into the seniors where I started singing with the Divas Calypso Cabaret International. Now, before I even got to Divas, I did a number of different tents. So we had a small tent in Sangue Grande called Cultural Ambassadors.
Okay.
Yeah, I was one of the founding members of the Cultural Ambassadors. Some of the well-known calypsonians that we know, like Young Posa, Tiny, a number of others.
Would have come out of that. Wow.
We started right there. I moved on to The Voice in Mayaro. Auntie Arlene, if you're looking, on good evening. That tent probably ran for just 1 or 2 years. But while I was there, we had a clash with divas. So we clashed with the divas, and I was just sitting there as one of the calypsonians with The Voice, and I was like, these women are so beautiful. Like, they carry themselves like divas.
Yeah.
Clarice Pascal could attest to that because she was in The Voice with me. And we were like, you know what? Next year we are going to audition with the divas. So we made friends with Auntie Karen and Stacy Sobers. And of course, Dr. Otley and all these people. And the following year, we went to audition at the Divas. So when I auditioned at the Divas, I did a number of auditions that year. I did Caravan, Kaiser's, the full works. And I got an offer from everybody. But what made Divas really special to me, when I came off the stage, Dr. Otley approached me immediately. And he was like, welcome to the Divas Calypso Cabaret International. So I got my offer on this spot. But I just felt like a young woman in Calypso. It made sense to...
Is it there the name spawned from?
Yes. Yes.
Crystal, the
You see-
legal diva.
Yes.
So he gave you that name?
Well, at the divas, most of the divas has what we call a diva name,
Okay.
right? So, for example, Karen Eccles, we know as Karen Eccles, Auntie Karen.
Yeah.
She is the lyrical diva because when
Okay.
she, you know her songs already,
Yes,
full of
yes,
lyrics,
yes,
and you know she
lyrical
comes with something
content.
strong, yeah.
Right.
So she's the lyrical diva. So when I got at the divas, I used to dabble a bit in politics. So it was like the political diva. I was at law school as well. But by the time I graduated from law school, I was no longer dealing in politics and it was just law. So it was like legal diva. But you see how you just ask if that's where I got the name?
Yes.
I wish a lot of people would do that. I had a little experience this carnival where I was announced on stage and the MC was like, well, she calls herself the legal diva.
Really?
And I'm kind of like, you know, you could have just asked where the name came from.
Listen, in this business, note to self, you're gonna have a whole lot of those.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like water off a duck's back. It's just like run off. But
Yeah.
I mean, you would have earned the title because you said you studied law, so you're now officially a lawyer.
Yeah, so this year I will
So
be
you're a practicing lawyer.
certainly. This year I will be celebrating 10 years at the bar.
10 years at the bar.
Yes.
But you ain't no spring chicken. Or they just know. So about watching this.
Yeah,
10 years in the bar, you say,
yes, I started law school very young.
So, girl, we need to watch what I say tonight because you're not gonna get a pre-protocol action.
Yeah. I will spare you. Don't worry, we're friends.
I'm talking to a lawyer. I might say the wrong thing on here. Like she said, now pre-protocol action. That's all. All right.
Don't worry about that.
I promise.
We're good.
We good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Them a personal friend. No, they not have lawyer friends. Note to all yourself that I have lawyer friends. No one they say to me, come to me correct or don't come to me at all. But I like that. So 10 years in the bar.
Yeah.
But you are not just only in our conversations, you're not just a practicing lawyer, you're also a teacher as well.
Yeah, so before I became an attorney, I was a teacher. Started at the primary level, moved to the secondary level, and by the time I left teaching, I was already teaching at tertiary level. So now I'm back in the field of education about, I would say like 3 years or so now. So I have my own school. It's called Cogni Center Academy Limited.
It's called what?
Cogni Center Academy Limited.
And before I can't even wait, let's tell Sri Lanka why this school is so special.
Right. So a couple of years ago, I had a really personal experience with my son when my son regressed. We were living out in New York at that time, and I needed to figure out ways in which I can help my son. So we needed to go through all the whole things, the therapies. My son was at two years old, just for context. He lost speech. He lost a lot of his milestones in terms of social communication skills and stuff like that. So I started looking at therapists. I noticed that the therapists that we were exposed to didn't really understand how to meet him where he was. And each time I'm thinking, I kept getting this, I would like to think is the Holy Spirit has been guiding me.
Yeah.
And it's something just kept saying, Crystal, you need to go home and you need to open a school. Like my vision was just like a circle time setting where kids were like sitting in this circle and I was reading to them and stuff like that. And I kept saying, Crystal, you need to go home and open a school to help other children. So I listened, and that is where Cogni Center Academy came from.
So your school is actually designed for children with special needs.
Correct.
Wow.
Yes.
And how many students do you have?
I have like close to 25, you know.
25 students. That's a lot.
It kind of fluctuates
Yeah.
depending from term to term, but yeah. And
That
I
is
have
a
happy
lot.
kids. I boast about having happy kids.
Oh.
It means that we are doing something right and our children are comfortable. Yeah.
That is
And my
good.
children
where
are
is the
doing really
school
well.
located?
It's in Sangre Grande proper. So
You're just billing Granny Gill.
well, of course,
You just billing William Trace.
I would love to, take it to other communities, but that will take time.
for now.
Yeah.
So guys, we're here and I'm talking with Crystal Charles, better known in the calypso industry as the legal diva. And of course, we're just peeling off a couple layers of her. So, the thing is, we have to do some music. Let's take in some music now from the legal diva herself. And you all can see that it's not just beauty. It is beauty, brains, and talent. Speak to her very nicely. Let's take
Play everywhere that you want. Play. Hear what leaders talk. Play. They say you would not be wrong if you stand in your ground. Play. In the criminal mind. Play. To violence we're confined. It's built in our landscape, we cannot escape. But I have news for you. I am of a different view. With my whole being, I am willing to fight. But I'm standing my ground for what I believe is right. So I'll stand my ground when state money going to waste on a building filled up with empty space, while they're making the owner a millionaire, and it means like nobody care. I'll stand my ground when police said they're trying their best, and just last night they made arrest. But it's one set of youths they holding every time, and they can't fight white collar crime. So I go load up my matic, rock back and cock it, dismantle it, and then reconstruct it against everything that is wrong. That is how I'm standing my ground. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Complain. The criminals won't comply. So it's an eye for an eye. There is a burning desire to fight fire with fire. Complain. Give every businessman complain. We'll have bandits on the run. Complain. This thing spreading like cancer, something guns the answer. While we wonder when this will end, we don't see bandits coming around the bend. On the ship T&T, relaxing on board and honing their skills to be experts in fraud. So I'll stand my ground when those in social security constantly embezzling pension money, and they have no conscience nor they feel guilty when they're robbing the elderly. I'll stand my ground against any food racket when the big shots walk in the supermarket. They leave home their Benz in their backyard and they both face cash and food card. Hey. So I'm gonna load up my matic, rock back and cock it, dismantle it, and then against everything that is wrong. That is how I'm standing my ground.
Are you ready? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So we just saw a little bit of Crystal, the legal diva. Crystal, and you know what I like about you? Your persona off stage and on stage is totally different. And I think because of that, I think you have the formula that, you know, in everything you do, you make it look different and unique. Because the person who we saw there, so let me just bust you up. So we have a couple of people. I have a couple of people live in my studio tonight, and you know, they're looking at her talking, and we're having the conversation, and then they look at her on stage, and they was like, it was a totally different person. Tell me about your experience on stage. How many times have you actually made skit billing?
That was my debut, and I need to.
That you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I need to go back there. I am hungry to be there. I'll be there. I'll be there again. And this time we're going straight to the finals.
That when we talking about speak it, no?
Mhm.
I'll meet Jenny Solana.
Of course, of course.
I'll meet Jenny Solana. I like
But it was a really it was an experience. It was something that I was prepared for. If I tell you that I knew I would have been there in 2024, trust and believe me. In 2023 is when I came back into Calypso.
right.
I went to the I was going to the rehearsals for semis every day as if I was a semi-finalist. I would just
I
sit
like
there
that.
and I would take pictures, I would
Okay.
take videos, and I would post it to my WhatsApp and engage my followers on all my mediums and just discuss,
Yes.
who I like, who I don't like, blah, blah, blah. I like
Yeah.
everybody, right? But I was preparing myself for what I was about to experience the following year.
Very good.
Yeah, I came back into the industry with a goal, and I knew how it was going to play off.
I like that.
Yeah, I know sometimes people be like, she's sounding a little woo, but
No, no confidence is everything, ma'am.
yeah,
That's what you need to have. You need to have a whole lot of woo.
yeah,
Because that's the only way you elevate yourself.
certainly. So when I got into let me just rewind again back to 2023.
No problem.
I started making connections with writers and even musicians, producers. I knew what I wanted to sound like. I knew the type of song I wanted to come up with. So my song started right after Carnival 2023.
Right.
I was telling a close friend recently that my song started as a nation building. No,
Okay.
Standing My Ground was nothing close to a nation building, but that's just to tell you how the song transitioned.
Right.
So we were in contact for the entire year, planning out the song, mapping out the song. I'll do my research, I'll call my writer, and I will tell him, okay, I want this in, and he'll be like, okay, this song is really good. And the final product was Standing My Ground. So when I got to Skinner Park, it was a dream come true. I
were
felt
you
like,
nervous?
I was more excited. Like, I felt like I was entering a boxing ring. I don't know if you noticed when they introduced me, I did this. I just felt like it was a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reach on it. I reach.
Yeah, and I meant business. I couldn't.
We saw that. We saw it. Your
Yeah, I just
being on stage said that.
I meant business. It had nothing to do with being nervous or scared. All of those feelings I could have sat with after. But
Yes.
at that point in time, for that 8 minutes, I
That
just
was your
needed to
stage.
perform and impress the judges.
Yes.
Right? And I think I did that. I placed 13th among the 40
Oh.
narrowly. So you know how to come so close.
Yeah, I know about
And
that.
that's it.
I know about that. I know about that.
But according to Abby Blackman, Auntie Abby, she said 2 words to me and that stuck. She said divine order. Divine order. Crystal, when it's your time, nothing could stop it.
That's right.
So if I did not
Nothing or
cross over,
nothing.
and it wasn't my time, but trust and believe it will come.
Of course.
Your time coming too.
I have no doubt.
Our time will come.
Yeah. Listen, as a somebody, but they call him a veteran. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know how I
you're
get.
not.
Yeah, I don't know how you're a veteran.
Take it.
But for somebody who's been in the business for quite some time, what I can tell you is that you have the right mindset, you have the right attitude, because you set goals for yourself. No one can critique you better than yourself.
That's
What I always tell young artists like yourself is, so like things like that.
Mhm.
When big as it is, I've been doing this hair. I've been sitting on this chair, doing this for the last 6 years. But every time I leave the studio and I leave hair and I sign off at 11, bet your bottom dollar either very early the next day or even the same night, because it takes my body a while to get that down into that mode. I would look at this very show.
Yeah.
Why? Because when I first started, a girl taught me that you go back, you critique yourself.
Yeah.
You look at what you were doing and see how best you can perfect yourself.
Right.
Be your biggest critic and your worst critic.
Yeah.
Every single thing scrutinize, and you have that. I'm seeing that in you. I've been looking at you for some time, and I like how you've been consistent, slow, and steady.
Thank you.
And that is important.
Even after that performance, I went back and I realized I was fighting for my life on stage, because the stage is huge. And then you have to sing really loud on that stage. And I wasn't really prepared for that.
To project.
Is when yeah, so anyways, I decided, I am going to do my homework, and I did. And I did get some positive feedback as to how I'm sounding
Yes.
now, as compared, because you're never too experienced to grow.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. I mean, up to this day, if when I grace the stage and if I come off and somebody would say something to me, I do listen.
Yeah.
I mean, I take a bit of pinch of salt, and then you have to know you must have the spirit of discernment. You must know
Definitely.
what you can take in from what you can't take in.
Yeah.
Has music always been your passion, though?
Yeah, certainly. When I look back, because I keep everything, I'm a hoarder. So I have books that I had since in high
You
school.
are you actually admitting that you're a hoarder?
I'm a proud hoarder.
On national television.
Of course, especially when it comes to literature, books and stuff like
You
that.
like to read?
Yes, I would hold on to things. So I have books from high school, and so I have my yearbooks. And in my yearbooks, I'm seeing attorney at law / entertainer / singer. That's all I wanted to do.
So from very early in the game,
Yeah.
you wanted to do law and you wanted to be
Yeah.
an entertainer.
Yeah, I used to sing in primary school, but I went to a Seventh-day Adventist school. Happy Sabbath. Anyway. I went to a Seventh-day Adventist school, but when I moved on to secondary school, I was introduced to calypso.
Yeah, that's where you break away.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Marcus Batiste, but
Of course I do.
right.
Of
So
course I do.
he was the person who gave me a microphone in my hand and sent me on a stage to sing calypso. Yeah, I started writing my
Big
own
up
music.
you, Marcus. Big, that's my personal
course,
friend.
they
My
need-
personal friend.
And I will always say it.
Love ups and hug ups.
Many thanks to Marcus.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, you're touching good hands there, man.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very good. And then, of course, because of your son, you would have now moved your
Yeah.
experience into teaching.
Yeah.
Did you have formal training in terms of teaching, especially students?
No, so that is something I needed to challenge myself with. I never was really experienced in teaching the special needs community. So I took it upon myself because I want to build some authority around my institution.
Of course.
And I went back to school. So I'm studying speech and language pathology right now at the University of the West Indies.
Right.
Yeah, so hopefully
Wow.
I'll be able to add more value to my school and my children.
So is the school open to anybody, to any? So like somebody looking at us now, and they have a child who is somewhat special need. Can they enroll the child? Can they get?
Well, because
How does it work?
it's a really small community right now, and of course I would like to open the gates widely where everyone could access it. So I like to meet with parents. I like to find out about the kids to ensure that my institution will be a good fit for your child. All right, so it's not because your child might be, let's say your child might be identifying with or having some sort of delay in certain areas.
Yeah.
I can say, okay, sure, bring them. We just need to ensure that we are decent fit. Your child will be benefiting from our services, and your child will be comfortable there. So I like my kids to come walk through,
Do the assessments and stuff.
Yeah, and
But
then
this is a whole lot.
I
So
know.
how are you balancing all of this? It's a whole lot.
I don't know. I honestly can't give anybody any advice and say, well, I do this and give up an impression that I have it all figured out. I don't. I literally wake up each
So when
day.
you're not
and I
in
wing it.
school, when you're not because you're a practicing lawyer as well, when you're not doing law, and of course when you're not doing music, what does Crystal do?
Sleep. Because what
I like that. Sleep.
Oh my God, I love to spend time with my family. I try to make time for that. Like, I used to be the person who always throwing something, and still I would keep something. If Diwali coming up, I want to host it. I celebrate every single thing.
With the family.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
nice.
Invite my neighbors and stuff. So I like to do stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know how to reach a granny. Just saying.
Once you reach Gandhi, you're safe.
I know how to. No, just saying now. What we are coming up?
Yeah.
I just want to
What
give
we
you the
have?
invitation. That's what I
Don't-
remind you know. I know how to reach granny. Yeah.
Don't worry, the invitation will reach, right? And you don't need an invitation. Ask Stacy and Auntie Karen and all that. Once you're in Gandhi, you're safe. You come by me.
And listen, I know what country people they do. They're always
Yeah.
cooking something.
That's correct.
So meaning man and dogs that I come in.
yeah, you just reach, show
And-
up,
Yeah.
and you're good. If you feel to go home that night, you're good. You're good too.
Listen, don't listen, don't try to make a good time.
late.
Oh, so let's take in some more music, guys. Let's take in another musical clip from Crystal, and we're gonna be right back. So move.
You feel because you is a lawyer, you can't get your face bashing or what? You like to play big tanto in court. I go mashing your face for that queens. You want to play you looking nice on that stage? I go bust up your face.
Good evening, everyone. We know not all men are disrespectful, destructive, and demanding. Not all men quick to use their hands. Some are gentle and understanding. Not all men nearly try to damage a woman's pride, a woman's worth. Not all men fear a woman's strength. Some do all it takes to see her grow. Still, we can't help to note this serious problem. Where almost each day in this land, another woman dies at the hands of a man who claimed to love them. Till this cycle ends, men we will always criticize. Hey. So till there's no more black and blue faces, no more murder, suicide, no more bodies stuffed in suitcases. We walk away when we cut ties. Till there's no more violent cases, hundreds of files, police reports. We don't have to hide in strange places and seek protection through the court. Till our brothers remember to protect and not control, this will be our song. Our song. Remove the bitterness and anger, practice restraint and self-control. Even when she's wrong, she's just wrong. Cause brother, these actions we won't condone. Till no woman fears the place she calls home. Oh, hey. We know not all men try to silence or stifle a woman's voice. Not all men deny her power. Some value her rights as some choice. Not all men hide behind a closet just to steal all they can for sport. Not all men try to tame her spirit. Some give her wings and true support. Yet some pretend to be a prince from a fable, but secretly throwing poison on everything she touched. So she starts to believe that she's unstable. All part of his plan to keep her trapped beneath his clutch. Hey. So till there's no more manipulation, no more tricks to keep her subdued, no more using intimidation or starting one set of useless feud. Till there's no more emotional damage through name calling and scorn. She don't have to live in a household where her heart is often torn. Till our brothers remember to protect and not control, this will be our song. Our song. Remove the bitterness and anger, practice restraint and self-control. Even when she's wrong, she's just wrong. Cause brother, these actions we won't condone. Till no woman fears the place she calls home.
Girls just wanna have fun. Pick your team and come. Red and yellow, green and black. be pulling no slack. Orange and blue, pink and white. Only cuties stepping out tonight. Cause girls just wanna have fun. So pick your team and come, pick your team and come. Pick your team and come.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. And if you're now joining me, my name is Eunice Peters, and you're looking at what we call What's Up T&T, and it's a program where we get to go up front and personal with all different things that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago. This evening, we started off our afternoon talking to Crystal Charles, better known in the entertainment world as a legal diva. And of course, we're just getting a little bit of insight about many, like an onion girl, plenty layers, plenty things to peel off, but very, very interesting, and we love it. And of course, the act that you just saw, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I want to talk a little bit about that because the legal diva herself is also involved in that. So let's talk about it. So Girls Just Want to Have Fun is an event that is powered by Maria Bola Paul. You all know her as Maria Bola. Yeah, People Man. People Man. And she's doing Girls Just Want to Have Fun 8th. 8th, imagine that. This is the 8th edition. But for some reason, this particular edition is gaining a lot of traction on social media, and I am loving it. And just now, Crystal asked me, so what team you belong to, Eunice? I said, no team. Guess what? I'm the host, or I'm one of the hosts on that day. I am like the observer. I'm observing all of you ladies on the side. Listen, how you get involved in Girls Just Want to Have Fun?
Well, I just wanted to know what team you're assigned to because I wanted to recruit you. Like her energy, you know, you look like a team black.
Not you trying to recruit the host. Maria, can you please come and get Crystal?
No, you're carrying team black energy.
I'm carrying team black energy. This is why I'm talking about, listen, for the last, this event is actually going to happen on the 5th of May.
Yeah.
And you all have been going at it on social media as if the event is right around the corner. You all recognize you all have at least two more weeks to go.
Yeah, but we're building the momentum. We want the people to know it's a winning team. You can't wait for the last day to let them know.
So who is the winning team? Team Black?
Team Black.
Team
Black. We don't need any endorsement to prove that.
I just want you to know, right? That Bonnet Big Fun watching, right?
Team Black.
That Auntie Bonnet, that VB watching, right?
What color is that again?
Look you, Miss Lady. Bet your bottom dollar you're going to get a post.
I don't even want to see the color.
Priya and V, you're going to get a post after this.
They get on bad enough.
Yeah.
They get on real bad.
Team Green and Plain. Look, you can't even remember what color they are.
The word just can't leave my lips. It's so insignificant,
Such a man to me, just for you all to know. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Powered by Maria Bola. And this is an event that is designed to empower women. And for those of you who thought that this was a party, no, it's not. It is going to be an evening of entertainment, of games, of camaraderie, of just women empowering each other and showing each other love. And of course, they represent different colors. And I just want to highlight because we're not just out here having fun. Maria has designed this to reach out to different aspects of society. So orange represent burnt out and exhaustion. So we're dealing with women who are in the thing and are burnt. Because then you're burnt out?
No.
So
not really.
Blue represents depression and loneliness, another topic that a lot of women in Trinidad and Tobago all around the world deal with as well. And I say all around the world because we actually have people coming in from around the Caribbean as well, coming into this event. Girls Just Want to Have Fun to join. Pink represents sickness and self-worth struggles. All the things that we deal with as females. Yellow represents and is going to deal with anxiety and mental stress.
Girls just want to have fun.
Green deals with financial pressure and survival. I think all women.
Yeah.
And look who went green. The team captains, Bonnet, Big Bonnet, and Priya. Yeah, and we know VB and the money. So she's gonna talk about the financial pressure and survival. Team Black is grief and loss. Are you the captain for Team Black? Are you one of the captains?
I'm not seeing my face there. I think that look like Nakasa, but I would not be toting any feelings.
Not you toting feelings.
I'm not
So your
toting.
team captain is Nakasa.
I want to believe so, Nakasa, but I carry it. But I'll be there to support,
And of course, Team Red represents heartbreak, and emotional turmoil. And Team White represents fear of starting over. These are some of the topics that we as women face in society on a daily basis. And of course, you all are going to represent these colors and bring these colors out. What can we expect from Team Black? We are giving up no surprises.
No, just know we'll be there. We'll be like regal.
Regal, you say?
Regal.
And of
in
course,
black.
And of course, the event partners of the event, Glynis Potts, Martin J and friends. We want to thank them for partnering with Maria. And of course, I want to make mention of some of the sponsors, and we're still looking for sponsorship. Listen, you can be an ordinary man on the street, and you decide that you want to support these women, and you want to make a difference. You can contribute. You can be a sponsor. It does not matter. You don't have to be part of the corporate world, because really and truly, we need things like this to empower our women in society, not just the women of a certain age, but the younger ones look on at us. And of course, I want to say special mention to some of the sponsors who have already pledged themselves. Emerald Designs, Acts of Kindness T&T, Natty Spa and Lounge, The Body Architect, Tracy's Skin Care Clinic, Janet Peters, Leslie Ann Ferreira, Nicole Green, and Erica Reed. These are some of the persons who have already pledged themselves to this event. Girls Just Want to Have Fun 8 is happening at Malabar. And of course, this is one of the co-captains for Team Black. And she promises to bring me. Listen, I find out they're just going over and beyond. So they're coming out regal.
Of course. Yeah.
And you're walking me with the trophy.
Certainly. That's a given fact.
Now you don't have a prize for tardiness, right?
Yeah, I'm struggling with that, but I took note of that.
No,
I took note of that.
I say that only because I know.
No, listen, when I saw that, I was like, what kind of tactic is this Maria trying, boy?
Yeah, but you can't show up on time.
I will not trust and believe I will be on time that day.
Yeah, but you're on time tonight, though.
Yes.
I'm
practicing.
When I see you pop up there, I say, wait,
I'm practicing.
Take up our friend.
Of course.
That's
Give me my flowers.
What is next for you?
Oh my God. I want to do some music. I want to do something outside of calypso.
Right.
But
another genre?
Yeah. I'm really interested in jazz.
Really?
Yeah, I want to challenge myself with that.
No, you couldn't. You have the tone for it. Huh?
Yeah, I really want to challenge myself with that. Dr. Otley exposed me to that maybe 2 years ago.
Right. It
was a learning curve, but I really enjoyed it. So definitely, I want to dabble in that some more. But next is exams. I'm in Marta. It's Marta season, as we say in UE. I'm in exam mode right now. So
right. So
after exams, we'll get back into the music.
Nice. Listen, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to come and sit down and chat with me.
Thanks for having me. Enjoy the laughter.
Yes. The next time I will see you is hopefully I'll see you before the 2nd of May.
Yeah.
But I will see you then, and all gloves off.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Anything you want to say before we?
I wish that Trinidad and Tobago would have a wonderful evening, a wonderful weekend, the wider Caribbean as well, and just had a wonderful time here sitting with you and chatting. Sometimes we need to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, just throw back our hair.
Girls just want to have fun sometimes,
Not you plugging for the event. Maria, you hearing this? Girls just she said she'll get an extra medal or something.
I don't know.
Something, anything.
Ticket to bring out a friend or something.
Oh, I like the fact that she said extra tickets. So listen, the event is actually sold out. And when we say sold out, we mean there are no more spaces on the teams However, if you want to spectate, if you want to be a spectator at this event, we have a few seats that are still available. A few. I noticed I said a few. Same price. We're not going to charge you more. Same $250. You can hit Maria up. The numbers are there on the flyer, and you can. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a chance to sit at the spectators table, and you're actually going to see these women and they get into the competitive mode. And listen, there are some women, listen, who I did not even expect. I saw a beauty queen. I saw a former Miss Universe and all up in the people up in the source. I saw politicians. But you know what I like about it? I like the fact that you all are coming from all walks of life.
Yeah.
And you all are going to just put everything down on that day.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna come out and have fun for a worthy and a good cause.
Definitely.
And of course, do you know that day is Maria's birthday?
Well, no.
Hint, wink, wink.
Okay, so we walk in with gifts. too?
Yeah, but we're gonna need to. We're gonna need to.
It's only right.
It's the proper thing to do.
Yeah.
That part. I want to thank you so much, because I really, really appreciated the fact that you came and took
Thanks
time
for
out
having me.
to sit and chat here with us. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Charles, the legal diva in the Calypso world. And I'm going to leave you with a little bit of music from her. And then when we come back, I'm going to come back with my next guest, who is just as equally as interesting as Crystal. Don't move.
Girls just wanna have fun. Pick your team and come. Red and yellow, green and black. Don't be sticking, don't be pulling no slack. Orange and blue, pink and white. Only cuties stepping out tonight. Cause girls just wanna have fun. So pick your team and come. Pick your team and come. Pick your team and come.
Right Choice Promotion presents Lyrics and Laughter, the ultimate free Mother's Day show. Is coming to the Grenada Trade Center on Sunday, May the 3rd from 5 p.m. Get ready for an evening of non-stop comedy, sweet Caribbean vibes, and pure entertainment. From Trinidad and Tobago, the funniest man in the region, Errol Fabian.
She said not even my shoes. I said no.
Humorous Calypsonians, Trinidad Rio.
Going back to basics.
And the Calypso princess herself, Eunice from the Spice Isle. 2 decades of legend, Randy Isaac, Little Reds, plus local comedy king, Robert White, Dillian Walters, Fat Man George, and Kareem Alexis. Delivering lyrical mastery, 11-time Calypso Monarch scholar. All backed by the Heatwave Band, with special musical treats from Lyndon Langdon on sax and Jaleli Moses on violin. It's lyrics, it's laughter, it's music, it's vibes. Tickets just $75. Available now at gotofed.com and other outlets island-wide. Treat mom, treat your partner, treat yourself. Lyrics and laughter. Sunday, May the 3rd, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Don't miss it.
Attention, attention. Attention, attention. Guapo School Alumni presents the 3rd annual fundraising Family Day, Sunday, April 26th at Guapo Recreation Grounds. This will be the mother of all family days, with all fours, board games, musical chairs, early morning marathon, dance competition, talent display, and our special guest is Super Blue. Yes, also local vendors with all your favorite snacks, foods, and drinks. And wait, like I losing my good head, boy. It have bingo too. Yes, it have bingo. It's some best prizes. It's Guapo Alumni's 3rd anniversary fundraising Family Day. Now, listen, you have to register for some events, you know. To register, you have to call 683-1812 or call 710-5858. You have to register for the marathon, register for the talent display, and if you want to vend, you have to register as a vendor. Okay, registration for all of these things start on the 6th of April. That's Monday, the 6th of April, until Saturday, the 18th of April. Don't say I ain't tell you, you know. Registration is from Monday, the 6th of April to Saturday, the 18th of April. And you have to register from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at King's Preschool in Hubertstown, Guapo. In the scheme, boy, in the scheme. Register from Monday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at King's Preschool in the scheme, Hubertstown, Guapo. Now remember, if you need more information because I'm talking too fast, call 710-5858. Call 710-5858. It is the mother of all family days. Don't forget, April 26th, Guapo Recreation Grounds. We're starting 2 o'clock and we have to wrap up at 8 o'clock. We're keeping it tight. Everything inside there. Oh, God, I can't wait to see Super Blue on stage in Guapo Grounds, boy. And Super Blue takes the stage at 5 p.m. So be sure and be there.
What and problem? What and problem?
Many years ago, I met Dan. He said he got a plan how to solve the problems in the land. So I decided to give him a hand. But when Dan started outlining the plan, I realized I could end up inside a van. That's when I make him to understand. Dan boy, I am not the man. Dan, but Dan is the man, always riding inside the van, and just need somebody to hold his hand. This man, Dan is the man, up and down in the people van, with a life devoid of purpose or a plan. Pam, 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 hey, pam, pam, da, oh. Following the eye went in search of Dan. I really needed to understand what was behind his motivation and apparent addiction to this van. Dan begged me to understand, since he's small he reading about his van, and since everyone just call him Dan, then he must be the man. Dan, I had a serious talk with Dan, helping him to understand about the miseducation and ignorance that's stuck in the land. I explained to him that his van belongs to a businessman, and it's because of his business plan why you always inside the van. Dan, cause Dan is the man, always riding inside the van, and just need somebody to hold the hand.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. And if you're now joining me, you would have missed a whole lot because I had a very dynamic young lady that we were talking to a little while ago, Crystal Charles, the legal diva. And of course, she shared a whole lot with us. So I guess if you missed it, you're gonna have to go back after we're through and look at it. But nevertheless, we're moving forward, and I'm here with my next guest on set, and the man Naruki. I hope you all noticed the paintings, my backdrops tonight, and they were done by a local Trinidad and Tobago artist, the man Naruki. Good evening, my darling.
Good evening.
How is you?
Well, good.
You're good?
And I do have to ask how you going.
I try nothing.
Because you done blessing up the studio with yourself, right?
Say it again for the boss man. Say, early hear that? A blessing the studio.
Yes, Sarah.
Listen, I don't know where to begin with you, because the thing is that you're a man of many hats and many talents. But let's go to the music first, because we would have just heard a little bit of your 2024 selection, Dan is the Man,
Yes.
in the van.
Yes.
And of course, so you're a musician first. Which came first, the music or the art? As I asked the chicken or the egg.
They, like I was telling somebody the other day, it's like creative polygamy,
Okay.
because it's music, it's art, it's writing,
Right.
it's spirituality.
Everything just pollinized together.
Yes, so sometimes one would take precedence
Over the other.
over the rest, and
What did you actually start to do first, though?
Well, I can recall doing little sketches from very early. You're looking at the the cartoons in the newspapers. You know, those days we growing up, cartoons in the papers were a
Right.
big thing, you know. So I can recall doing that very, very early,
Right.
you know, and well, thereafter, wherever I went, you know, whether it was at school or on the work site, because I recall working on a construction site at the steel mill in Point Lisas.
Right.
And
And
when,
drawing.
when exactly, when things were
sketch.
slow, when things were
You
slow,
sketching.
I was the
So
yeah,
so
the
it's fair
artist.
to say that the artistry was somewhat, it has been somewhat embedded in you.
Yes, yes.
It's
you can say
probably
that.
part of your DNA, because if you naturally cling to that somewhat, then that becomes what you were meant to do from all along.
Well, actually, I'm glad you said that because I was listening very intently to the previous interview.
Mm-hmm.
I must say it was very, 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 very entertaining, you know, and just like your previous guest, I also have a background in education,
As well.
you know, and what made me say that was when you talk about what comes naturally, because I would always dream myself teaching.
Okay. So you have a background in education, so you're
I
a
have
teacher as
background.
well.
Yes, I was the current Teachers College Teacher of the Year of 2005.
Really?
Male, yes, and actually also the Calypso Monarch of Current Teachers College that same year.
Listen, so you see how the Holy Spirit and God is work. What is the coincidence that I have two persons on my set today tonight, guys? Both of them leading in having an educational background, being
Yes.
teachers.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you taught for a number of years.
Yeah, I taught up until 2014. When I left, I was one of the visual arts teachers at La Romaine Secondary School.
Right.
You know, and I was also an assistant dean at that institution as well.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. So
Yes.
you've been around the children and giving back and
Yes.
somewhat imparting your knowledge onto the
Yes.
younger.
You know,
the younger
and
ones.
the thing is that the whole experience was very holistic, because even though I was the visual arts teacher, one of the visual arts teachers, I should say, but whenever carnival season came, we had to prepare students to go and take part in the junior competitions, etc., etc. Well, it's me they came to, you know, and one of the things that that I always hesitated to do was to write for students.
Okay.
I always felt that it was better to share with them certain approaches to writing,
Right, rather than
help
actually write
them
for
to
them.
develop that in them, you know, because when you look back at some of our great artists um, from the past, you know, a lot of them had no formal training in how to do a calypso.
That is certainly the right concept and the right approach, because there's an old parable that says if you give a man a fish and you feed him, then you feed him for a day.
Yes.
But if you teach him how to fish,
Yes.
then you feed him for a lifetime, because
Yes.
he now learns how to feed
Yes.
himself.
Yes.
So you actually telling them and showing them and guiding them along the lines of songwriting. I mean, you would have actually given them a tool for life.
Yes, correct. You see, and the thing is that if we really want to develop our art form to the point that we have some unique talent
Yeah.
coming at them. Now, don't get me wrong, we have some exceptionally talented.
Of course, that
artists.
goes without saying.
We
But
just-
there's always room for improvement. And
We
there's
just
room
had
for
one
ev-
sitting in this chair here, right?
Because
but-
big
but
up
the
you,
thing is-
Crystal.
But the thing is that we're not getting the Brigos. We're not getting the Lord Superior.
Ah.
We're not getting the Lord relators, and we're not getting some of the unique people like Squibby.
Ooh, look where you gone.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
No, that is not going to come if you put the children in a classroom and teach them this is the way to write.
It's going to come by you.
It's going to come from you opening up in them the ability to allow that creative energy inside of them to flow, and let them give it their own flavor.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
You know?
And you see, I think that is necessary and that is needed, because you're very right. That point that you made, that we no longer have the sparrows, we no longer have the brigos, we're not producing. I mean, and when we're saying so, ladies and gentlemen, we don't mean actually physically reproducing a brigo or reproducing a sparrow, but producing talent that meets with such talent and excelling even,
and has a kind of
unique
uniqueness
style. Yes,
that people will want to go and see this particular artist because he or she does.
Now,
something.
in all fairness to them, I have for the last, I would say the last 2 years, I have been looking around. I have been very privileged to look at some of the juniors, and here's a few of them. And I was very, very, very surprised to learn when in talking with some of the parents, some of them actually pen their own songs.
Very good, yes.
And which is very good. And the level of the calypsos were very mind-blowing. So, I mean, it's not totally lost. I think what is needed is that some sort of program needs to be developed, and not just a workshop. We're not talking a workshop. We're not talking like a 6 weeks where you have them and you tell them, this is where you do da-da-da-da. No. There needs to be somewhat of a permanent program structured for these young people with persons like yourself who can guide the path so that we can find the excellence in a brigo. We can find them into the excellence of a sparrow, of a singing Francine, and that kind of thing. And I mean the total package. And I think that, in more than anything else, is going to help spawn our genre of calypso even further and propel it to the heights that we need it to go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a real, very, very good suggestion.
Yes.
Very, very good suggestion.
Yes.
But tell me something. What gravitated you to music? Because we've now learned that art is somewhat your given talent and passion. But what directed you there?
Well, let me say this first, right? I don't really make a distinction between the two.
You don't?
No, it's like just another way for the creative energy to express
to flow.
itself,
Okay.
right?
Nice.
But to directly answer your question, when I was at Current Teachers College, the first year while we were preparing to complete our orientation and so on, we were told that we had to come up with some creative pieces. We had to do drama, we had to sing, we had to dance, we had to do all kinds of stuff, you know, and they picked me. They picked me to sing. And well, apparently I didn't do so bad. I mashed on the place, right?
Yeah, I like your modesty. You didn't do so bad.
And the calypso season that came up subsequently, I wrote a composition where I was very, very critical of the principal of the school.
You went and attacked the poor principal.
And the name of the principal was Mr. Jones, and the name of the song was We Have the Jones.
Oh, Lord.
But the Jones that we were talking about would have been all the problems that we had.
With Mr. Jones?
Not with him, but with certain aspects of the curriculum. The fact that we were being forced in 2 years to learn to cram content that needed to go.
So poor Mr. Jones.
Well, he had to take the licks.
He had
right?
to take the licks for the administration.
You know, so when people hear the song, they say, "What? You singing that, boy? That's the guy singing it." Because it's the truth, right?
Yes.
So the day I sang the song, the person in the audience who was making the most noise and getting on was Mr. Jones.
Oh Lord Jesus.
So
Oh,
he
Lord. So Mr.
loved the
Jones,
song too much. He loved the
yeah.
song too much, you know. And well, after that, they sent me to Egypt Village Government School because from training college, even though I was from the secondary school.
Yeah, I think Mr. Jones just wanted to get rid of you. yeah. Just send him Egypt.
Yeah. So they sent me Egypt. They sent me, as tongue people would say, they sent me quite point. And I'm from Gasperlo. And every day I'm making this or want something true.
Because back then we didn't have the fancy highway yet.
Yeah, Luther didn't sing his song yet. You know, and I am like, why had to be doing this every day?
Yeah, because you're fast. You went and sing for Mr. Jones.
But
if you didn't leave Mr. Jones alone, you might end up closer.
No, but here the end of the story, you know. Because you know the old people say no bad breeze to blow. I am preparing this class for Bordy, Point 14 Bordy. And this little 8-year-old girl go was between my eyes on. She said, how come you teaching me to sing and you're not singing? Say you must sing. So people will like you. And I'm like, okay. Because I couldn't answer because my whole philosophy of education was teaching by doing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know, because it's one thing to tell people something, but it's quite another thing to actually do
it yourself.
For them to see.
So here it is, 8-year-old girl.
And she watched me, she said, so you must sing. So I said, all right. And I did record.
Okay.
See me going to school now with my little CD. Just slip it into the class. And when I put it on, well, the class mash up. You know, primary school students.
Yes.
If the teacher could sing half a note, man, the place nice. Because that's my teacher. So the class going crazy. And the same little girl, she standing watching me like a judge. And she said, still I could be in your music video. And I'm like,
she give her manager position.
She's seeing far down the road, you know?
Yes.
You know, life is like that, you know. Eventually,
out of the mouth of babes.
I did do a video, a music video, and she was in it.
Oh, that's so nice.
So her dream came true, you know, and I accepted my my instructions from the mouth of the babes and suckling, and then. But everything else came afterwards when I began teaching at secondary school. Again, I was very, very much instrumental in having events like events for Calypso History Month. I would invite Mr. Shaq, Abibili, Lady Adana, and
nice. To come to the school and
come and share with the students.
Very
you know,
good.
because what we realized. And that became more concrete in my mind when I became PR of Tuco South Zone in 2016, was that we say that the young people don't like the Calypso. They're not connected with the Calypso. But what we discovered was that you can't like something if you're not hearing it.
That part.
If you're not exposed to it.
That part right there.
And what we did for the few years that I was there, we actually took a program of edutainment to the students. So rather than go and lecture to them about Calypso and the history of Calypso and stuff like that, we brought artists. And the artists would talk to the students about the song that they sing and a couple of other things and perform. And that was like...
and you call it edutainment.
Edutainment. And what we realized was that a lot of these children were hearing calypso live, experiencing the artist live for the first time, and it was a mind-blowing experience for them and for us. You know, it was the first time I saw young children running behind calypsonians for autograph.
Yes.
There was this day we went to a school in Debe, and they came after us photographs. They came after the people who were just support staff for autographs too, you know. And the lesson that we really learned was that we really need to expose the young people to the music itself.
Yes.
Take the music to them,
Yeah.
you know, and let them do with the music what the music requires.
Of them.
Because
Very good.
they are the next generation that's coming forward, and you know, it's our responsibility to give them the tools and allow them to develop and take the music in the direction
Very
that it
good.
needs to go.
So we're here and I'm chatting with Nuruki, and of course we're talking about calypso, we're talking about art, we're talking about a whole lot of different things. But you know the thing is go, you guys is always while the musical break. Yeah, I know you want to talk about the bamba rounds. No, what you mean is you want to go in your kitchen and see what wife you leave on the counter. And you know, the court soup, the bacon chop, whatever we have it, because this is the inclusive, all-inclusive segment. So we're going to take in a little bit of music from Nuruki, and we're going to be right back to move.
One fish to another.
Kingfish and salmon were having a conversation. They were discussing this fishing situation. Salmon said the water flowing in a new direction, and it means we all have to make a course correction. Things start to tighten like we in the fisherman net. If you see fish panic, jumping up and starting to sweat, Kingfish asked the question nobody wanted to hear. As the net get tighter, hear what he whispered in the air. Have we been caught? Have we been bought? As the plot unfolds, I'm asking, have we been sold? Have we been purchased like someone sell we out? One fish to another, we need a picture to help we out. All these years we swimming, avoiding debate, just remaining neutral, not to end up on no one plate. Dodging all them trawlers as they rape the ocean floor, keeping the options open so we could access any door. Some sisters get greedy and would bite on any lure. Some escape after a taste but keep going back for more and more. Mackerel and grouper get hooked up in the thing. That was when they joined the school and started to sing. Have we been caught? Have we been bought? As the plot unfolds, I'm asking, have we been sold? Have we been purchased like someone sell we out? One fish to another, we need a picture to help we out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're not joining me, you would have missed a whole lot. We're here and we're talking with Nuruki, one of Trinidad and Tobago's pioneers in terms of culture in Trinidad and Tobago, in terms of the genre of music of calypso and other different genres, because I know calypso is not the only thing he does. And of course, his passion for the paintings as well. So I'm going now to this. So you all would have noticed my background tonight is very distinguishedly decorated. Let me just say that again. It's distinguishedly decorated. And I owe all thanks and all honor to Naruki. Because guess what? He is the artist who has personally painted every single portrait that we see at the back of me. And I want to talk a little bit about now. Let's talk about Naruki, the artist. And I want to go to some of these paintings. The one that is directly in the middle of us here is a portrait of the man, Uncle Valentino, or as I like to call him, Uncle Val.
Uncle Val, yes.
Let's talk a little bit about this portrait.
All right. So before I talk about the portrait, I think it's important for us to honor those people among us who contribute to our development.
Naturally.
And I've always made an effort to do that and to try to uplift our artists.
Yes.
So many years ago, well, not many years ago, I was involved in doing the backdrops for Kaiser Showcase.
Right.
So it would have.
Oh, you were the one who was responsible for all those beautiful portraits of Adana and Raskamanda. They nice.
You know, well, when I came through that phase, I decided to take it a bit further, and I did the tribute to Leroy Callis, the Black Stallion.
Okay.
You know, and that piece was on display at Kaiser Showcase for the season, and then it was presented to the family of Leroy Callis at the Red House. You know, so that was another example of, you know, my efforts to try to recognize and honor Calypsonians.
Is this talent that we are seeing here? Is it self-taught, or were you officially trained? Did you go to school for art, or this is something that not just naturally came out of the tips of your fingers onto the brush, onto the canvas?
Well, let me say this, right? I don't believe that there is really something as being self-taught.
Okay.
In the true sense of the word.
What would you call it then?
We may have a certain degree of natural talent.
Yes.
Right? Which we all do. But then we are always influenced by people. You know, I would see you, for instance, on stage performing, and without even realizing it, something about how you deliver, something about how you command your audience, I'm going to pick that up without even recognizing that I picked it up, right?
Right.
So I'm saying that to say that most people who would say that they are self-taught, we fail to recognize that we look at work from other artists and we learn.
Right.
We observe the technique. You know, I was fortunate to be around people like ancestor Leroy Clark.
Wow.
So I was exposed to his work very closely. Very close to Brother Makemba Kunle, who is also one of the top visual artists in the country.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't help but learn from people who are better than you.
Right.
I've always admired work from Karen Sylvester, right? I think her work has impacted on my work as well, right?
So basically, what you had in front of you was a lot of mentors.
A lot of mentors, but I did do some formal training at John D.
Okay.
I did the graphic design program at John D. We had some fantastic tutors there. We had people like Mr. Val Ramcharan, Miss French, Miss Todd, Miss Adele Todd, who a few years ago was head of the Trinidad Art Society.
Mm-hmm.
So we were fortunate to have an excellent crop of tutors, so that when I went there, it was initially in my mind an opportunity to fine-tune my skills a little bit,
Yeah.
and they got a piece of paper saying that I could do a little art, right? But the thing is, when I did get into the program, well, then I realized how much I needed to learn,
Right.
because regardless of how much we are self-taught, there are certain theoretical things
That you need to know.
that you need to know, you need to understand. The only time I really appreciated perspective in art to a real meaningful degree was because of that program, and it really helped me work to develop. So I would say, to answer your question, it's a combination of both.
Nice.
So
when you start to do a piece like this, because these are some very large paintings,
Yes.
very large portraits,
yes.
and what comes first? How do you decide? Okay, but of course you probably you look at the person and you say, I want to do this. But then what happens after that? Then how is it? Take me through the process.
All right. So doing a piece like this where you're depicting somebody like Brother Valentino or the Black Stallion, as the case may be, right? You have a dual challenge. One, you want to produce a piece of art that reflects the likeness of the person,
Definitely.
but you also want, well, from my angle, let me put it like that. From my angle, I would also want to capture the essence of the person, to capture the persona and what they represent
I
to the
like that. I
society.
can see why now. When we look at these paintings, they're almost life.
Yes.
Life. They come to life when
Yes.
you look at them.
Yeah.
You look at them and you can actually feel the soul of the person.
Yes. Yes.
Because so I now understand why it's like that.
So that part of it is the big challenge, to capture the like Valentino. Valentino for me represents that spirit of the revolution
Yeah.
of the 1970s and the 1980s. I don't think that as a society that we really appreciate the value of Brother Valentino and a number of other artists like him. Black Stallion represented that as well. To give the culture, that opportunity to breathe
Yeah.
into society,
Yes.
because we the artists are the vessels through which the creativity flows into the society, and people like Brother Valentino represented that struggle for us to gain that recognition as people, to understand what independence really is, to understand what it is to be in control of the destiny.
Yeah.
We don't have a whole lot of young people today who understand the struggle that took place during the 1970s, for instance. And people like Brother Valentino represent that. To my right, I also have a piece here that represents
Symbol.
Brother Valentino. Brother Valentino on this side, and Brother Resistance on this side here. And Brother Resistance.
And again, you're able to really capture the soul of the
Yes.
person you're doing the portrait, because that looks so much like Brother Resistance, deceased, of course, in his element back
Yes.
in the day.
Yes.
You know, because he was always a man who was always passionate about when he spoke, about what he's doing,
Yes.
about the culture, about the movement, and you somewhat captured the essence in that.
Yes.
Because when we look at it,
Yes.
it looks like I can almost hear him say, "Stand firm for your culture.
Yeah.
Stand firm for your culture. Stand
Yeah.
firm for your culture." Because that's that, you know, and you're able to capture that. What kind of timeline does it take for you to do a portrait?
That's a difficult question to
It don't
answer.
have a time. It does not
Because,
have a timeline.
you know, sometimes the energy flows, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we as artists might struggle for a whole year to complete a piece because we're not, you know, art is not like photography.
Yeah.
You know, even with this piece here, for instance, which is basically a nature scene, right? It's not like photography. When I do a piece of nature, I actually try to take you there. So I would go there, I would do some background sketches, some photos, etc. But I would go there and soak in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere also goes into the painting.
To be able to capture it.
So when you stand in front of the painting, you could actually feel yourself almost there, almost going into the painting, you know. And one of the reasons I focus a lot on nature as well is because I think we have lost connection with nature, we lost connection with the universe, you know, and we have a lot of people who, for various reasons, wouldn't be able to go to Argyle waterfall, wouldn't be able to go to Matlot River, as we have here, you know. So
I have certainly never been to either place.
right.
But I've been transported there tonight by
Right.
the
So
painting.
right. So the job of some of us artists would be to bring those places to the people.
Have you ever had a formal exhibition of your work?
Yes, I've had a few. I've had a few formal exhibitions. In 2021, either 20 or 21, I had a very successful exhibition at um, uh, what do you call it? The financial complex, the Central Bank. Central Bank. Yeah, we had a very successful session there. I've had about 5 or 6 solo exhibitions, right? I had planned to have an exhibition for my birthday this year.
When is that, by the way?
That's in June, but the train ran out of track. So I'm gonna have that
Probably later on in the year.
down in the year. You know, and the peculiar thing is that the exhibition was also supposed to coincide with the launch of my first book, right?
You wrote a book?
Yeah, I have a book that's going to be published. I think I'm going to do it before Emancipation, right? And the title.
So just wait, don't play with me. We ain't just skipping over that part now. Just stick a pen. Stick a pen.
Pen stick.
You wrote a book.
Yes, the book is.
What is the book called?
The title of the book is Culture: A Redefinition.
Culture: A Redefinition.
Yes. And the purpose of the book is to clarify what I think are gray areas and misunderstanding about what culture really is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we talk culture, you know, we claim that we engage in culture and we are cultural activists. But if you fill this room with people and you ask each one of them to give you a definition of what culture is, you're going to get probably as many definitions as there are people in the room. You know, because for some people say, well, steel pan, you know, some people say calypso, some people say chutney.
So your book
some
has
people
somewhat defined
yeah.
and looked at some of the
Yeah.
areas that you think are misunderstood.
Well,
in terms
the
of
first
culture.
the first thing that I do is I look at culture from the angle of a farmer. Farmer engages in agriculture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the role of the farmer is to nurture his or her crops so that
Yes.
you have the best product
Right.
at the end. That's what culture is supposed to do to people, to nurture the people, to bring out the best in them. The arts are like the tools. So you see when the Calypsonian goes on the stage and we deal with the absent fathers, we deal with the delinquent mothers, we deal with the uncaring politicians, we deal with whatever needs to be dealt with in terms of things going wrong in society. That is the culture manifesting.
Right.
Calypso in itself is such a broad and dynamic experience.
That part. I totally agree.
You know?
So you're going to have a book launch and a showing. Yeah, you can't, but it can't be just. It can't. There's no way. There's no way. It could be just art alone. We're talking here now. We're now talking an actual book launch. We're talking along with the arts.
And some
We're
music.
talking about layers of Nuruki.
Oh, that's a nice name. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I think that is what we're talking about. Layers of Nuruki. Because we've just discovered here that we're not just talking calypso, we're not just talking music, we're not just talking art, we're talking about nurturing minds.
Yes.
We're talking about taking the genre from one stage to another. We're talking about feeding the soul, allowing the soul to come through
Yes.
in what you do in terms of your portraits. So it is different layers of Nuruki. And now, of course, we're talking about this brilliant book, this great book that you would have taken the time out.
Well, don't say great book.
I don't even have to. Why is he being modest, guys? I don't know. But I like the humbleness, and he's always been like that. You have always been someone who's, shy in the back, always in the, never the front, always in the sideline, not ready. And I think that as an artist, as a singer, as a songwriter, you are really, really underrated. And this is something I've been looking at. I am not just saying that to you because we're sitting here, but I've been looking at the work for some time now. I've had the pleasure, guys, of actually sharing the same stage with Nuruki. I mean, these are people that I know growing up when I was much younger, coming out of South Trinidad and looking at you all and, doing a thing. You call some names there tonight. Scribby is one of the persons that wrote my very first calypsos for me. to go to the very first calypso tent, I would have entered. Back then, it was called the Southern Brigade, and things like that should not be capped. It should not be left in a bottle. So we must be able to experience all the layers. And I like the fact that you are now open to allowing the public to experience those layers.
Yes.
So definitely we're gonna have to see. You're gonna have to come back and tell us about when this is gonna be, because
yes.
I mean, this is not something I expect you to say, okay, when my birthday pass and the train track run off. No, partners. The train track run off, then add some more legs to the train and let's see how far down the track we can go. But the year mustn't pass without you doing this, because I think that society, I think that Trinidad and Tobago, the world needs things like this. The world needs to experience the book.
Yes.
We need to experience a little more of your soul, of who you are, which portrays so beautifully coming through your art. So definitely later on in the year,
No, we will come back.
we will come back and
talk.
we talk about that. Listen, I want to take in some more music from the rookie, and then we're going to come back. Of course, before we leave, I want to pay tribute to Pharaoh as well. And you know, when we having fun, how time does go by. So we're going to take in a little more music from the rookie, and then I'm not sure if we're going to do tribute to Pharaoh as back to back, but don't move. This is your time to take a little break, eat a little something, drink a little something, and we're going to be right back. Don't move.
My name is Calypso. From the days at the plantation, I was the voice of the nation. To the barrack yard when things were hot, the lone voice of sanity in your yard. I took your name international, making your style more professional. I brand your name, I brought you fame, still you despise me all the same. Every town and city, every university, everyone came to know who you are, where you are, and I did it all for free. After all that I do for my country, you still want to push me around. After all that I do for my country, why do you look at me with a frown? After all that I do for my country, to put everyone on the map, with my blood, sweat and tears, taken blows through the years. But from you, I don't deserve a slap, no, no. I deserve so much better than that. My name is Calypso. I know you heard about me long time ago. I come back to remind you, we got a big, big job to do, me and you. My name is Calypso. From the time I land in town, you start to fight me down. I was made to fight, cause it was my right, and I did so with all my might. So well did I represent, that soon everyone began to comment. A household name, Calypso became. In my land I brought great fame. But back in my country, oh, what a pity. You don't promote me, even though you see how much I built society. After all that I do for my country, you still want to push me around. After all that I do for my country, why do you look at me with a frown? After all that I do for my country, to put everyone on the map, with my blood, sweat and tears, taken blows through the years. But from you, I don't deserve a slap, no, no. I deserve the guy is you, the guy is me, the guy is all of we. Bust your tune! We roll one. Give me! Check this! I don't know know the man, but he start talking to me about music. But as an old man, I had an interest in the topic. He was sounding good, so I stand up there and I'm paying full attention. But it seemed to be a one-way conversation. He talk about Beethoven and Tchaikovsky, and then he talk about Mozart. But just so something hit me and I shout out Bisha. He say, it's a Hano Bisha, play music after people up to see. I tell him it's a BS for books. But the man is listening to me. It's a Hano Bisha, play music, you must be drunk or you're crazy. I tell him I don't know too much theory, but I have plenty music in me. Play! Booksy play. Legendary Dr. Len Booksy Sharp, ladies and gentlemen. I thought a stranger, but he seemed to be very knowledgeable. So I tell myself, take it easy and be humble. This could be my chance tonight to learn something about music history. I had to take notes because I don't trust my memory. We talk about the 1812 overture, Moonlight Sonata, and many more. Piano concerto and back to things that we talked before. It's a Hano B sharp in music. After we go up to see, I tell him Mr. B is for booksy. But the man is listening to me. It's a Hano B sharp in music. You must be drunk or you're crazy. I tell him I don't know too much theory, but I have booksy music in me. Play! What's the tune? That one is for you, Chris. Give it. It was getting late, so I told the man, mister, it was nice to meet you. I got to go, I have some other things to do. I invited him to attend a show where Dr. Sharp was playing. The night of the show, I went and I sat next to him. He played, danced at the train in the rainforest. Woman is boss. What is this? And quote unquote and Ocean Rhapsody. It's a
Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? And who told the ocean you can only come this far? And who showed the moon where to hide till evening? Whose words alone can catch a falling star? Well, I know my Redeemer lives. I know my Redeemer lives. All of creation testifies this life within me cries. I know my Redeemer lives. Yeah, the very same.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we just paid a tribute to Darren. We just paid tribute to Pharaoh. It is very, very disbelieving. But of course, I'm here to remind you that tomorrow night we at Skinner's Park, San Fernando. Once you are around, once you want to come through, and let's really rally around Natalie and the kids and his family. Rally around us to really celebrate his life. Tomorrow night, the program starts from 6 p.m. and we go till 12 midnight exactly. And of course, he will be laid to rest on Tuesday of next week, 1:30 p.m. At the Catholic Church on the Promenade in San Fernando, and then we go to Guy's funeral home for a brief short ceremony, and he's going to be cremated at 5:30. And of course, the cremation, we were told, is strictly for his close friends and relatives, and we will respect their wishes. But tomorrow night, we celebrate his life. It's really, really, really a time. But nevertheless, Nuruki is here with me, and I hope I see you tomorrow night.
Well, let me take the opportunity to join with the rest of the Calypso fraternity and indeed a large section of the national community, because Brother Pharaoh was also an avid pan man,
Yes.
right? And he was also involved in other aspects of the music. I was fortunate to perform
And share
the
the
same
stage
stage
with him.
for a couple of years while I was at Kaiser Showcase. So,
Yes.
to all of the Calypso fraternity, friends, family, condolences to all, to his close relatives, rest assured that he has made a valuable contribution
he's
to
left a
the
legacy.
national landscape. So that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, it definitely is. Natalie, we love you. We love you. Kids, we love you. Auntie loves you. And rest assured that we're going to be here. It's not going to be easy, but with God, all things are possible, and we take it one day at a time. And so before I burst into tears, Nuruki, let's go now to some of these pages. Let's talk about the economical part and side of all of this. Because off camera, we were talking a while ago, and you said that you are available for persons who would like portraits
Yes.
to be painted of
Yes.
themselves and that kind of thing.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. How can they reach you first things first?
All right. So you can call me on WhatsApp at 295-6599. Right.
Can I have that number again?
Right. 295-6599.
Right.
Right. I can be reached on WhatsApp, or I can be emailed at atofosei@hotmail.com.
Right.
ATOOSEI@hotmail.com. That's all lowercase. Or you can bounce me a message on Facebook, Naruki the Messenger on Facebook.
Where is your studio located? In Gasparilla, where you live?
Yes. I do run a home studio, so I do my own music productions.
You have your own home studio as well?
Yes, so I also do demos and full production for other artists. So if people are interested, they can get in touch with me.
Just now,
but I'm done.
Partner?
I'm done.
Yeah, keep it going. Let me ask you more. You just go ahead and tell me where.
Right. So in terms of the artwork, I will go to the artwork, right? A lot of people would like to have a piece of art, particularly when they're having a function.
Right.
Like for instance, you have a cozy Calypso event, and you might want something to add to your ambience to create that setting that you want. You can get in touch with me, and we could work out something. We could get a piece
So
done.
in other words, you rent the pieces are also up for rental as well.
Yes. So
nice.
For instance, I have a large collection of nature pieces this size.
Okay.
So if somebody is having like a nature type event, we could create a nice nature setting for you with that, right?
I have an event called Girls Just Wanna Have Fun coming up. I'm looking for a door prize. You have anything half of this I could bless one of the ladies with?
We could talk something.
Yeah, because I mean one of my ladies and them will feel very empowered.
Yeah,
walking away with a personal portrait by Naruki.
Yeah, we could talk something.
That will be talking about.
Right, and generally speaking, you know, a lot of people would like to have a good piece of art.
Yes.
Particularly those of us who
I
are.
know me personally, one day I will want to own one of these.
You know, and some people might feel, boy,
I can't afford it.
Can't afford it, but let me talk now. We could work out something.
Yes.
You know, because in these challenging times that we face,
yes,
we have to sometimes face reality.
I like that you're very, accessible in terms of that. Yeah. Because a lot of persons would sit and they would say, wait, boy, them thing real nice. I can't really right to say that I can never afford that, but who knows?
You know, and apart from that, somebody might see a painting, they really love the painting, but they can't afford an original piece. Talk to me. You could get a print.
Okay.
We could do prints at much lower cost.
I like originals. I like prints. It's a kind of original woman.
I could see that.
Print me and have a copy of do so good.
I can see that. You know, but just to provide the
yes, I understand what you're saying.
Options
the
for
options
people,
for persons.
because
nice.
the thing is that art is for the people.
Yes.
And if art is so exclusive, that the young child growing up in Lamantil or Moruga or
and as you're talking about young children, any plans to open back up some sort of something for the youth?
I have been asked that for a number of years, right? When I left teaching, I really felt I needed some space.
Okay.
You know,
so you're just taking a little
you know, but like if somebody can organize a group of people that are willing to go through a little process of art training, I'm willing to do that. You know?
Nice. I like that. We're going to take notes of that because we like things like that. So time flies when we're having fun.
Yes.
It is about that time, and it was definitely a pleasure sitting here and chatting with you.
Yes.
Before we close off, anything you want to say to your father before we go?
To the people in general, we live in some very, very challenging times. The world today is not the same world that existed 3 months ago. It's not the same world from last year. And it certainly is not going to be the same world next year. We're going to be facing some challenges, peculiar challenges, things that we have never experienced, had to deal with, things that our ancestors may have experienced and overcome. So we need to truly re-examine how we do things.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
To recognize that we may need to make some serious changes in our personal lives.
Yes.
In the way how we structure and manage organizations. Because what I have recognized is that we have a lot of organizations that came about at a time. Let me put it this way. We have organizations that were created in the 20th century.
Yeah.
And we're not only in the 21st century, but we're in the 21st century in an era of technology where everything is changing so fast. And we're seeing in terms of the politics of the world, we've seen some transformations that's taken place that's going to affect how everything happens. So we have to now fall back on our internal strength, our creativity, and learn to network, come together, support each other, and we have the potential to weather the storm, but we have to recognize that we have to acknowledge that a lot of the things that we have been doing for quite a number of years, right, were things for a different time.
That's a lot of food for a lot of thought.
Yes.
And definitely you're gonna have to come back and we're gonna have to vibes again.
Yeah, we could do that.
Sometime later down in the year, probably closer to the time when we're gonna launch the book and have the different layers of the rookie. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to journeying all the way. And of course, let me say a special good night, good evening. So we have some foreigners with us, and I want to say a shout out to them because they come from far. So let's start with the young man. What is his name again? Remind me.
Paul.
So Paul is here from.
Paul is from the UK.
Paul is from the UK. So he's from Scotland. So Paul, welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. Paul told me this is his 7th time. So guys, Paul is in the studio with me. I want to say, love and have see you, Paul. And of course, your mommy is here with you. Yes, and you're from Scotland as well.
Yes, Scotland, Glasgow.
Nice. And that is your cousin?
Yeah, my cousin. But I come like my big sister.
Yes, it come like your big sister.
So she could cut my tail afterwards if she find I didn't do so good.
Yeah. I don't get in that part. But the lecture and I'm going to. And of course, we have a gentleman who, he turned into the bone.
Yeah.
What is his name again? Remind me.
That's Mr. Henry Brown.
Mr. Henry Brown. And Mr. Henry Brown is from where?
Virginia.
From Virginia.
I'm from Trinity, but I live in Virginia.
Yes, he's Trinity, but he's from Virginia. So I have Scotland and Virginia is in the house with me live and alive tonight, and I had to take the opportunity to say good night to them. And thank you all for blessing Gaia Studios, and we hope it's not your last time here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the night that I know you all do not like at all. I know. Yeah, time flies when we're having fun. Yes, you all got a whole line up, according to the old people. But it's the time when I have to say good night to you all. I want to wish everybody a safe weekend, please. Let's be safe out there on the roads, no accidents, no incidents. I could do with a weekend of no bloodshed. I could do with a weekend of no guns. I could do with a weekend of happiness, even though I'm in a period of mourning for the loss of my colleagues. But I can do with a weekend of peace. So take care of my children, take care of yourselves. On behalf of my boss, on behalf of the manager of Gaia Studios, Mr. Errol Fabian, who happened to be my master control tonight, on behalf of Mosiah Fabian and myself, my name is Eunice Peters. I want to thank you so much for staying and enjoying with me this Friday. Look forward to next week when we say, what's up, T&T? Love ups and hug ups. Good night.
Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? And who told the ocean you can only come this far? And who showed the moon where to hide till evening? Whose words alone can catch a falling star? Well, I know my Redeemer lives. I know my Redeemer lives. All of creation testifies this life within me cries. I know my Redeemer lives. Yeah, the very same God. just wanna have fun. Pick your team and